The great pandemic has moved online learning to the forefront of American academia, as well as at colleges and universities around the world. But even now, as the pandemic is slowly abating, a lot of questions remain unanswered. Can an online course truly deliver the same quality as a live classroom experience? How can an institution retain its unique cultural values? And if so, what is the best practice of moving a classroom course into an online space? What impact will this have on enrollment and on accreditation? These and many more questions form the basis of the Handbook of Online Learning in Higher Education. It captures the experience of over 40 leading educators and professionals in online learning, both at traditional campuses as well as virtual organizations. It offers a range of fresh data about online learning, both before, during, and after the great pandemic. One thing we know is that online learning will probably be one of the new normals in higher education for quite some time to come. If that's true, then it's important to learn from case studies of successful online delivery as described in this book, and thus make virtual learning truly an asset at modern educational institutions.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joseph Hoey, Vice Provost for Academic Services at National University in La Jolla, California.
Hi, my name is Alma Boutin-Martinez. I am the Associate Provost for Teaching, Learning, and Assessment at Fielding Graduate University in Santa Barbara, California.
I'm Lorna Gonzalez. I'm the Director of Digital Learning at California State University, Channel Islands in Camarillo, California.
And our purpose today is to give you a brief introduction to Chapter 16, Evaluation and Assessment Models in Online Learning. This chapter sets out to provide a practical guide to the value, purposes, and models of assessment and evaluation in the online post-secondary and adult learning context. The chapter is grounded in applicable theory so that the models don't go out of date when the techniques change.
The terms evaluation and assessment are often used interchangeably, and although they share similarities, these constructs differ operationally. This chapter differentiates evaluation from assessment, also highlighting overlaps between the two constructs. We also introduced the concept of program theory, an important step focusing on identifying the assumptions that are hypothesized about how a program is expected to work. Another practical section in the chapter is an overview of traditional and recent advances in the cyclical assessment models, essential and accreditation-related efforts. We describe a logic model-driven framework, CIPP model, that differentiates among evaluation of context, input, process, and product. We describe Kirkpatrick's 4 models used to evaluate training programs and a recent iteration of the model within a higher education context.
We also examine critical perspectives on assessment and evaluation in online teaching and learning. We explore approaches and instruments that shift the focus from examining learner performance to the effectiveness of curriculum, instruction, and programs in supporting student learning. Because the ultimate goal is student success, part of the process of constructing a logic model or program theory model should be to include an explicit effort to surface culturally held beliefs, ideologies, and practices that may undermine the evaluation from the perspective of equity, inclusiveness, or diversity.
The chapter also provides a high-level discussion of the enabling role of technology for online evaluation and assessment. Ultimately, the chapter is predicated on actually conducting evaluation and assessment activities in the online learning context, We therefore conclude with a guide to common tasks and processes in online evaluation and assessment, including areas of focus, questions to be asked, further resources, and a brief user guide to implementation. We hope you enjoy reading Chapter 16 and are able to put it to good use.